Hey everyone, Ryan here, or M&R Productions, and welcome to my review of the most expensive standard LEGO Star Wars Battle Pack of all time in the 75412 Death Trooper and Night Trooper Battle Pack. It's got 119 pieces and a retail price of $23 in the US. Now, this is technically a tariff-affected price, so LEGO certainly gets some leniency on the backlash, but that doesn't change the fact that when you go to the store to buy this set, it will be $23 for a standard LEGO Star Wars Battle Pack in 2025. Just crazy stuff. I really thought it'd take until 2030 until we saw standard battle packs go up in price again. Nonetheless, this is based off Ahsoka Season 1, and so it's got some very interesting minifigs with the Night Troopers and the Death Troopers. We'll go more in depth on them in a moment. The box art, I think, leaves a little bit to be desired, but I mean, it fits. It's just kind of like, I don't know, here's a field and some explosions going on. Looking at the back of the box, you'll see your troop carrier landed with all the minifigs fighting. Who knows what they're fighting, but they are fighting there, that's for sure. Seeing a picture like that where you've got all the troops going one way really makes me miss the days where they had opposing battle packs every time. Cutting into the box, I found something I did not expect. On the instruction manual, there is no QR code. So how am I supposed to get my VIP points? Or more importantly, how are you supposed to steal the VIP points from me? Yes, people do steal them from me if I don't scan them before I upload the video. Other than that, normal instruction manual, and then you've got a couple of unnumbered bags. So let's take a look at those minifigs. Given it's a standard battle pack, we've of course got 4 minifigs included, and I'm going to start with my favorites here, the 2 Death Troopers. I absolutely adore this minifig. The black and gold is a great match. You've got a little bit of that dark red bandaging that we also see on the Night Troopers. So overall, I think these are really accurate and great looking minifigs. They are unfortunately both the same, so you get no variance between them other than, I guess, the weapon they're holding. I think that's a big downside as far as like army building. I guess what I really wanted was one of the helmets to have the chunk taken out of it where you can see the zombie face underneath. Oh man, imagine that as a LEGO Star Wars minifig. Would have been top tier. So I think that's a missed opportunity in this set, but still, as a figure, it's great. And compared to the original Death Trooper, it of course is much different design-wise, but the base of everything is still very similar, especially because you got that same mold. When it comes to the Night Troopers, though, we do get 2 different minifigs. The legs and hips are shared, but the rest of the figure is going to be different. The gray helmet on one of the Night Troopers here creates a very unique Stormtrooper design. You really don't see something like this in the world of Stormtroopers, so I think it's interesting. In the back of my head, because of course this is accurate to the show, I wonder what the canonical reason for Night Troopers having these darker gray helmets compared to just white helmets for most of them is. Like, that's an interesting bit of LEGO Star Wars lore to me. Maybe one of you guys can explain it to me in the comments, but overall the figure looks nice. It's got great torso detail with the bandaging and more of that gold mixed in, and then underneath you've got the zombified face, which I didn't mention is the same on the Night Troopers and the Death Troopers. All 4 of them have the same exact face underneath, which some people may find disappointing. You know, usually they put a lot of variance in some of the faces, especially when it's not clone troopers, and in this particular case, all of the faces have the exact same expression. So I guess I don't really care because I'm never really going to take the helmets off, but if that's important to you, now you know. The second Night Trooper here is of course unique within the set. However, it is not unique to the set, as this exact same Night Trooper was introduced in the summer of 2024 with the Duel on Peridia set, and it's kind of dumb to me that they did it this way because this Night Trooper fits really well in this battle pack, but because of Captain Enoch's existence, he should have been in the Duel on Peridia set. You know, some people think Enoch should have been in this set, and I'm sternly against named characters in battle packs, so while it sucks to not get Enoch, I think he shouldn't be in a battle pack anyway, so it's okay, and they'll eventually release him in Thrawn Star Destroyer if we're really reading between the lines here, in my opinion. But I mean, he really should have been in that summer 2024 set, and then they really should have released this battle pack much earlier to go with that set. So a couple weird things here with that character, and really the release of this set coming so much later than the other one. Like, this is coming almost 2 years after the episode aired. Like, I don't know why they waited so long to release a battle pack based on it. Like, they definitely could have done this last summer. So just some oddities there, but yeah, it's still just as great of a Night Trooper as it was last summer, or as bad if you thought it was bad, but I think it's a really good Night Trooper. Overall, it's a nice battle pack minifig selection, and I think as far as army building goes, or if you just want to buy one of them for the minifigs, like, it's good either way. The build for this one is a fairly simple Imperial gunship build. It is based off the Ahsoka show. Like, the Imperial gunship is in there, and that's clearly what this is supposed to be representing in some sort of way. way, but it's a battle packized version of that build. So when you compare it to the Coruscant Police gunship, obviously it's lacking a lot of the detail and shape and little things that you get with a bigger model, but as a battle pack version of that ship, I think it's very interesting. I don't think it's the best like battle pack downsized version of a ship like that, probably not even close. You've got much better like Imperial transports just back in 2015 with something like this, and I think this is actually a very similar build just because of the way that it holds 4 figures on the sides, you know, all like that. This build also feels fairly similar to some of the Imperial dropships that we have had in the past, so I just think that's kind of interesting to show side by side, but yeah, now you know. But anyway, into the actual build, the cockpit windscreen piece is probably my least favorite thing. The shape feels a bit weird, but more importantly than that, there's always like a little purplish hue these days to that, and it just kind of throws off the color scheme of the whole thing to me, being black and gray, like just a little bit of color that I don't like there. Anyway, it pops right off the front. It's just attached with the 2 studs at the top, and they show the Night Trooper piloting it on the box, so that is what we will do here. There's no control panel or anything. The pilot just sits in there, but I think it works well enough. You can see him in there. Like, I think that's fine. But yeah, no control panel. Definitely a downside as far as like play for kids go. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. It's weird to say this, but it feels like it's a downsized battle pack build, even though battle pack builds are generally about the same. Like, I don't know, the length is definitely very short there. So in the past, they had a control panel on a similar vehicle. But then again, if we look to the 2015 one, it didn't have the pilot seat at the front, obviously, you know, because of the scaling. So definitely some give and take there. But I think with the pilot in there, looks okay. You've got stud shooters at the front. They work well. They're stud shooters. We've seen them. Good play feature. Well, this one I probably didn't have it all the way. You know, it works. You got these wings or fins that are on the top of the ship, and they look pretty good if you can get them into a good angle. It's something that I find hard to get like uniform though, and they'll get kind of thrown off, and then I get upset with it because I like when there's a symmetrical look to my ship, and then when it's off, I don't like it. So that's just something that I always like struggle with, just try to get something like this to be straight and like all at the same exact angle, like kind of OCD about it. So got those on now. Top of the ship is fairly clean and really straightforward here. It's a very small build. I do like the grill pieces here. I thought that adds a nice bit of texture to the side of the model, and then kind of hidden in the canopy here, it feels like, are some clips, because we already have our weapon from the pilot. Doesn't feel entirely necessary though, because when you like place a minifigure on the side of the ship here, they don't really have to put their weapon up. They can just hold it, and it feels more logical for them to hold it. So maybe you see some value in having the clips. Obviously, I pulled that off. Obviously, it's just added play functionality, whatever, at the end of the day, with no real cost to the design, so it's fine. But like, it doesn't feel entirely necessary, which is kind of weird. Got a couple of the Death Troopers in there now, and you've got your fully loaded Imperial gunship. And the last thing we got to look at is the backside, where we've got some engine thrust coming out. I actually like this piece here, just a nice like angle for the back end of the ship to make it not look as blocky as I think it would otherwise. There's the bottom, not even an inverted tile to hold anything together, although the design is plenty strong enough. These aren't going anywhere. They just have a little bit of flex to them, as you can see. Overall, I think it's a pretty good Imperial gunship battle pack build. It basically does everything that I would want out of a battle pack build, and I think it feels like it's something that is massable. Like if you had 10 of these, it would be pretty cool to have 10 of these kind of flying into a battle. So if you're army building, I think it's an army buildable battle pack build, which is good, because sometimes they aren't. Now, in case you're curious how this battle pack pairs with the Duel on Peridea, obviously they even share a minifigure. It pairs very nicely. It's the type of thing where you could have it pull up alongside the build, drop off the troops to fight off Ahsoka and Ezra, and I like that. Ultimately, the biggest downside of these two sets existing the way they do isn't really that they reused a Stormtrooper or Night Trooper. Like, they could have done that if Enoch was still included in this larger set. Like, it just sucks that Enoch is left out of all of this fun. You know, you got a couple of really cool minifigure oriented sets, frankly. Yeah, Enoch being left out just sucks. It's the biggest takeaway I feel like of this entire review is just no Enoch. Sad, because Enoch was originally rumored to be in this set. Whether or not LEGO Star Wars intended for that to be the case, that's what was rumored within the community. And so I do feel like there is some disappointment there. Like, it makes very little sense to me that they delayed this set a year after this set to not have Enoch in there. You know, like, I don't know, it feels weird to me that it was done that way, but that's how the two sets go together. I think it's a nice pairing and certainly a very nice army builder for 2025, although the price is questionable. Overall, I really like this set, and it really reminds me of like solid mid-2010s battle packs. I think it's definitely worth buying at a discount, because $23 is crazy, but overall, I think it's a really good, complete battle pack in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, and you can check out more LEGO Star Wars 2025 set reviews on the end screen now.